So which of the following best completes the passage to the left? So with complete the passage, you may be filling in several different types of statements. It could be something that's evidence. It could be a conclusion. You have to kind of figure out what that is. So we have this Marxist theory thing that those who control the means of production produce or generate substandard working conditions and wages while extorting the maximum possible prices. So Marxists therefore believe that if the working classes controlled the economic system, then, and without looking at the answer choices, we know that it's got to be something different, right? It has to be something other than substandard working conditions and wages, and something other than extorting the maximum possible prices. Because the whole point is, hey, our Marxist theory is different. You know, we believe something different than what is currently going on. And if this is what's currently going on, they would believe that their theory does something else. So we need something like that's the opposite of these things in the answers. A, the owners of the means of production could not be depended upon to charge as much as necessary for their products to enable the workers to pay a fair working wage to laborers. You know, this sounds kind of tempting because again, it is all about these owners of the means of production aren't dependable, that they're like bad people or something, and that they can't be depended on to charge as much as possible. That's not necessarily true, and we need something that's more the opposite of these things. Because if anything, because they are very profit motivated, if for whatever reason the owners of the means of production had to pay a fair working wage to laborers, they absolutely would charge as much as necessary because they also extort the maximum possible prices. So it's not A. B, market forces would cause the most successful commercial entities to monopolize the market. Ugh, we have nothing about market forces in the question, so that's outside the scope. C, consumer goods would be less expensive. Well, we did have this notion of under the current system, the maximum possible prices are extorted, and so if working classes controlled it, they would no longer be the maximum prices, so that's tempting. D, the free market would favor producers who are able to provide the highest quality product at the lowest possible price. Well, you know, that's probably true, but it's irrelevant to the Marxists' belief. Because if anything, this would be true regardless of who controlled the means of production or the economic system. So that's not relevant. And E, communist methods of production and distribution would still not replace the capitalist system despite its costs to the working class. Communism is not actually at issue here. We're talking about Marxist theories, and of course they're related, but it's not the same thing. And we're not even talking about replacing, we're not talking about costs, all this stuff is stuff that sounds like it could be related, but is not directly relevant to the passage that we have. Whereas the completing the passage here, the thing that we can say consumer goods would be a little less expensive, we can tie directly to something that's mentioned in the passage right here at this crudely drawn arrow. Okay, so it is choice C.